स्टूडेंट्स के कुछ डायलेमास होते हैं बिकॉज द एग्जामिनेशंस आर सो डिफिकल्ट, द कंपटीशन इज सो हाई, you know that the chances of success are very less, and you don't want to waste your career into doing something that might not give you an outcome, might not give you a positive result. And because of this conflict, there is always a dilemma whether to write the examination or not, whether to prepare or not, whether to prepare with job or without job, what exactly is to be done. Let me discuss some of these dilemmas today that you might be facing as an aspirant preparing for RBI or some other related government examination. एक एक करके सारे dilemmas उठाते हैं, and as these dilemmas get resolved, automatically the conflict in your mind also gets resolved. As these conflicts get resolved, automatically you become more certain about the examination. You become more confident about your preparation as well. और जैसे कॉन्फिडेंस आता है, जैसे आपको ज़्यादा सेल्फ बिलीफ आता है, ऑटोमेटिकली इट ऑल्सो रिजल्ट्स इन मच बेटर प्रिपरेशन. तो एक एक करके कुछ डायलेमास आज मैं डिस्कस करना चाहता हूँ, बिकॉज आई फील दैट क्लियरिंग दीज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स कैन हेल्प यू रिड्यूस योर एंजाइटी एंड ऑल्सो गिव यू सम काइंड ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस. तो फर्स्ट डायलेमा दैट यू माइट बी फेसिंग एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, especially with respect to RBI examination, is whether to prepare for 2025 or to prepare for 2026. ये आपका first dilemma हो सकता है. Might not be. If it is not, it's a good thing. But lot of students are facing this dilemma as of today as well. इसको conflict को clear करने के लिए आपको क्या क्या चीज़ें समझनी ज़रूरी हैं. Number one, you have about 2 to 3 months to prepare for 2025 examination. Number one. Now, 2 to 3 months to write the paper, to prepare for the paper is not a lot. I know that it is not a lot. But why don't we take it as a practice test, as an experiment this year, rather than delay that experiment by an entire year? You must have heard about Parkinson's law. Now, in that law, it is also mentioned very clearly and proven कि जितना ज़्यादा दूर होता है आपका टारगेट, आपका काम भी उतना ही स्लो हो जाता है. यू टेंड टू स्प्रेड आउट योर वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू द टाइम दैट यू हैव. इफ यू हैव 1 year to complete your preparation for an exam, you will spread your studies accordingly. If you have 3 months to do the same, you might not be able to completely prepare, but you will be able to do a lot more. आप बहुत ज़्यादा कर पाओगे, just for the reason that now you have less time, so you will try and maximize your productivity. You will try and make use of the time as much as possible. Okay, इसीलिए मुझे ऐसा लगता है that because we still have a decent amount of time, why not, if at all you have to prepare, why not take it as a practice test? एक और reason है, and that reason is, what if grade A comes? And there are very high chances. I'm not saying it will come, nobody knows for now, even I don't know, even I'm not certain, but there are chances that grade A examination might happen. If that happens, you will have more vacancies, certainly, because number of vacancies lying idle in grade A are certainly very large. 1400 plus vacancies are lying idle. So if at all that happens, then whatever you prepare in the next 2-3 months is going to directly, not even indirectly, it's going to directly help you a lot in your grade A exam. And because grade A is happening after a very long break, there has been a very long break, lot of students will be less prepared for it. Lot of students will not have thought about it. So automatically the actual competition in the examination is going to be a little less. We might not see it, we might not feel it, but I know out of experience that when you are not prepared, or when you are not expecting something to happen for certain, for sure, then automatically the competition also reduces. India में देखो कहाँ कहाँ पर है competition. Wherever there is more security, wherever there is more safety, wherever there is more money, wherever there is more certainty that this is going to happen, automatically people flock to that place a lot more. And we are a lot of people, 140-150 crore people, so certainly competition is going to be high. यहाँ पर वो कंपटीशन थोड़ा सा कम होने के चांसेस हैं. Why? For the simple reason that it is not certain yet. सो फर्स्ट मूवर एडवांटेज आप यहाँ पर ले सकते हो. If you have that tendency, if you have that ability to take that risk, then automatically you can do that. You can go out for that risk. It might pay off, it might not pay off if the examination does not happen. If it happens, it will give you a big payoff. It might give you a big payoff. Okay, so these are the two arguments that I believe can convince you or can convince a student who's ready for 2025, who's eligible for 2025, should be writing 2025 itself, not delaying it, postponing it by another year. Now, if you're not eligible, or if you have other things going on, let's say you're in your master's program, you're doing a PhD, you're doing something else, you've just joined a job and you take your job seriously and you want to give your best in that job as well, there are a number of those kind of reasons which make you ineligible as well for a certain amount of time. Either you're ineligible or you don't want to, you're not ready completely, you're not mentally ready to write the examination, and you have other things. You're not mentally ready because you have other priorities which are taking your time. If that is the case, you can postpone it by a year. There's nothing wrong with that. But if that is not the case, then postponing it without any reason, just out of fear that you're not ready, will leave you nowhere, because it's going to be the same situation again in 2026 as well. Okay, so that is the first dilemma that I hear a lot about, and I'm sure कि जो हमने डिस्कस किया है उसके बाद that dilemma will be reduced to a certain extent, if not completely. और जैसे ही ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कम होगा, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा, आपके अंदर सेल्फ बिलीफ आएगा that yes, I can do it and I have to do it, I must do it, there is no choice now. Okay, सेकेंड पे आते हैं, हाई कॉम्पिटिशन, कैन आई क्लियर और नॉट? दैट इज द बिगेस्ट, वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट डायलेमास दैट वी फेस नाउअडेज, कि कंपटीशन बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो इसीलिए शायद मैं क्लियर नहीं कर पाऊंगा. सबसे पहली तो ये बात है कि कंपटीशन कहाँ नहीं है. wherever there is safety, there is security. Let me tell you a story and then we'll discuss about this. That story also pertains to this. Now, every morning I go to work out and I recently met an MBBS student there. Not even a student, he'd already done his MBBS. He's technically a doctor now and he's now preparing for his MD. तो मैंने उससे पूछा कि कौन सी फील्ड के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो या किस फील्ड में जाना चाहोगे, किस स्पेशलाइजेशन में जाना चाहोगे. एंड ही सेड इट डिपेंड्स अ लॉट, completely on the rank, not even a lot, but I would want to go for radiology. And I asked him कि भाई radiology ही क्यों? So he said कि top rankers radiology में ही जाते हैं, उनकी डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा है. Then I asked him भाई सर्जरी है, ऑर्थो है, बहुत सारी गायने हैं, बहुत सारी अलग अलग ब्रांचेस हैं, ऐसा क्या है रेडियोलॉजी में कि रेडियोलॉजी की डिमांड सबसे ज़्यादा है? So he said that money and security, these are the two major aspects because of which रेडियोलॉजी की डिमांड सबसे ज़्यादा है. पैसा बहुत है, सिक्योरिटी बहुत अच्छी है, इसीलिए डिमांड भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. सो इफ़ यू वांट टू बी सिक्योर, रिच और एनी सच नाइस थिंग्स, you have to face competition and do better. That is the gist of we going after competition. Competition वहीं पर है जहाँ पर we get all the nice things that we dream about, all the nice things that we want in our life. We want to make our lives better. We want to improve our quality of lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's completely okay. Along with having a purpose in life, it's also important to have all the nice things because you want to improve your quality of life. Now, having a nice thing doesn't mean having a Porsche or things like that. Even a small Indian car can do the same work for you. It depends upon what is your definition of nice things. So if you want to have a good quality of life, you have to face the competition, especially in a country like India, जहाँ पर लोग इतने ज़्यादा हैं. Everybody is looking for improving his or her quality of life. Therefore, it is bound to have more competition in all the good things. So if you're going for an esteemed organization like RBI, where not only you're going to get good money, good security, but you're also going to be able to fulfill a big part of your purpose in life, which is, if it is working in the field of finance, working for financial inclusion, working for solving all kinds of financial problems that the country and the world faces right now. It is getting more and more complex, more and more difficult to handle. If that is one of your purpose, if you understand that, you are defined by that, you can relate to it, you can connect with it, then RBI is a wonderful organization. It's going to give you a lot of opportunities to be able to do that. And because it is the case with a lot of students, आप अकेले नहीं हो, रेस में बहुत सारे students हैं who are feeling the same, therefore you're going to have competition. आज नहीं तो कल होगा, कल नहीं परसों होगा, you will always have competition. In every field or any field that is going to give you any of these good things along with good purpose, along with an improvement in your quality of life, that kind of field is going to have competition. आप कल को रियल एस्टेट बिल्डर भी बनने की सोचोगे जहाँ पे ज़्यादातर अनएजुकेटेड लोग ही घुसते हैं या ऐसे लोग घुसते हैं जो गुंडागर्दी से नहीं डरते हैं. I should not say this, but it's the reality. Majority, not everyone, but a lot of people in real estate get into real estate because they can manage those things. तो अगर वहाँ भी घुसोगे वहाँ भी कंपटीशन है. क्यों है कंपटीशन? भाई there is a lot of money floating around in real estate, so everybody wants a piece of the pie, right? कुछ भी और करने की कोशिश करोगे, anything and everything in life that is going to give you that kind of security that you need, that is going to give you that quality of life, that kind of money, that kind of purpose, you will have to face it. Okay, if you can compromise on this, then you might be able to achieve even greater things, but then you're compromising on this, you're compromising on your quality of life for something even bigger. That depends completely on you. Something like music, a lot of musicians in India right now, wonderful musicians, beautiful musicians, play very well, but they're not as known as Arijit Singh. Why? Because they did not compromise on a lot of things. Now they have to pay the price. But what are they getting out of it? They're getting perfection out of it. They're getting some kind of kick out of it, that they are too good in music. So you have to give something in order to get something. If you feel that you want this kind of life and you want money and you want security and you want a little bit of purpose as well, then you have to face the competition. There is no running around this kind of competition. You will have to face it. You will have to go through it. Okay, उसके through आपको जाना ही पड़ेगा. You cannot duck it by any sort of जादू की छड़ी या कुछ भी आप नहीं लगा सकते. Okay, let's come to the third dilemma, and the third dilemma is whether to prepare with job or whether to prepare without job. मेरे पास नौकरी है, क्या मैं नौकरी छोड़ूं और प्रिपेयर करूं, या नौकरी के साथ ही और आई शुड कीप प्रिपेयरिंग विद माई जॉब इटसेल्फ, क्या किया जाए. यहाँ पे दो टर्म्स बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. एक तो है एंजाइटी और एक है स्ट्रेस. नाउ बोथ दीज आर डिफरेंट फीलिंग्स एंड बोथ दीज हैव डिफरेंट इम्पैक्ट इन आवर लाइफ. अगर आप जॉब के बिना तैयारी करते हो, if you're preparing without job, and a lot of students out there who are preparing 24/7 are not working right now will relate with me, then you're going to face this, a lot of this. बाल झड़ने शुरू हो सकते हैं, स्किन खराब होनी शुरू हो सकती है, वेट बढ़ना शुरू हो सकता है या वेट बहुत कम होना शुरू हो सकता है. एनीथिंग माइट हैपन एंड ऑल दोज आर साइंस ऑफ एंजाइटी. नींद कम आएगी या नींद बहुत ज़्यादा आएगी, all those things will happen in your life. And that happens especially with the students who are preparing without job, because they don't have any kind of security. If not this, they are on the road. They're literally on the road, if not for their parents. They're not even qualified to get a job tomorrow because they've taken a break to prepare for an examination. So they're now not fit for any job, not fit for even basic jobs. That's the reality. So if you're fine with this, then go without job, leave your job and prepare. But when you prepare with job, you face not anxiety, but you face a lot more stress. And stress comes from not being able to manage your time. Just because you're not able to manage your time automatically results in stress. ठीक है ना, एंजाइटी नहीं होती है, स्ट्रेस होता है. स्ट्रेस होता है, प्रेशर बढ़ता है, यार आज का ये टारगेट था, ये कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ, अब क्या होगा, अब कल फिर से डबल पढ़ना पड़ेगा, कल भी नहीं हुआ, ऑफिस में पार्टी थी, ऑफिस में बॉस ने लेट तक बिठा लिया, फिर और टाइम बढ़ गया और ज़्यादा प्रिपेयर करना है और बैकलॉग बढ़ता जा रहा है. इट इज़ ऑल रिजल्टिंग इन स्ट्रेस. बट द गुड थिंग इज दैट योर लाइफ इज गोइंग ऑन, योर करियर इज गोइंग ऑन, you're financially independent, you don't have to ask for money from anyone at this stage of your life when you're already in your 20s and you're preparing for, you're trying to create your life around yourself. So automatically, this results in stress, but not in anxiety. Let me tell you a small story, a real scenario, a real story actually. When I was a student, back in 2011 2012, and I was planning to prepare for civil services and RBI and all these examinations. मैं भी एक सेमिनार में गया. उस सेमिनार में I met a topper who had cleared the examination. I don't remember कि कौन सा attempt था, but he had secured rank 10 and he was preparing while working. UPSC की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे, काम करते करते, जॉब करते करते, वो भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर में, और उसके साथ रैंक 10 लेके आए. ही वॉज अ स्मॉल स्टाउट मैन, वेरी थिन मैन, पतले से ग्लासेस थे उनके. तो ही डिड नॉट लुक लाइक अ टॉपर, सो टू से. हमारी एक इमेज होती है टॉपर्स की, ही डिड नॉट लुक anything like that. So I asked him, how did you prepare while working? And I'm just a graduate and I'm thinking of preparing without a job. And I didn't know कि अगर मैं जॉब के बिना तैयारी करूंगा तो ये मुझे फेस करना पड़ेगा, मेरे भी बाल झड़ जाएंगे. So that man, that student who had cleared with rank 10, he said, यार बहुत ज़्यादा मत सोचो, टाइम ज़िंदगी में बहुत है, आपको टाइम निकालने की ज़रूरत है. I just realized this कि मेरे पास टाइम है, अगर मैं निकालना चाहूँ तो हो सकता है 1 साल की जगह 2 साल लग जाए, 2 साल की जगह 3 साल लग जाए. बट आई हैड दैट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम. I was in my early 20s, so I thought, let me not stop working, let me not, limit myself to my house 24/7. मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी क्यों जीना छोड़ूं. तो मैंने जाके नौकरी ज्वाइन कर ली और साथ साथ मैं पढ़ता रहा. स्पीड थोड़ी कम थी पढ़ाई की, बट मैं टाइम निकालता रहा, पढ़ता रहा, एंड नाउ यू कैन सी द रिजल्ट. सो दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड एडवाइस एंड दैट वाज अ वेरी रियलिस्टिक एडवाइस. और इसको हमेशा याद रखने की ज़रूरत है. टाइम है, टाइम हमेशा है, आप निकालो ना निकालो ये आपके ऊपर है. I know a lot of students who are preparing without a job, who are sitting 24/7 and who do not have enough time, who are still wasting time. They're not even probably wasting time consciously but unconsciously because anxiety इतनी ज़्यादा है तो पढ़ते कम है, सोचते ज़्यादा हैं. And I know a lot of people who have even cleared the examination. रैंक्स आई हैं जिनकी, रैंक 5, रैंक 3, रैंक 1, जिन्होंने जॉब के साथ तैयारी करी और जॉब के साथ क्लियर भी कर दिया. दे यूज टू फेस स्ट्रेस बट दे ऑलवेज हैड दिस क्लैरिटी इन माइंड कि टाइम हमेशा मेरे पास है, मैं निकालूं कैसे, दैट इज ऑन मी. मेरे ऊपर है कि मैं टाइम निकाल पाता हूं या नहीं निकाल पाता हूं. ओके, आई होप दिस ब्रिंग्स मोर क्लैरिटी टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स आउट देयर जिनको ऐसा लगता है कि भाई जॉब के साथ तैयारी करना पॉसिबल है भी या नहीं है. पॉसिबल है, टाइम है तो पॉसिबल है, इसीलिए अगर करना चाहते हो तो कर सकते हो. ओके, हो सकता है आपसे तैयारी ना हो जॉब के साथ एंड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद दैट, तो फिर छोड़ सकते हो, बट एटलीस्ट गिव इट अ ट्राई. दैट इज व्हाट आई वुड रिकमेंड बिकॉज एंजाइटी इज मच मोर डेंजरस देन स्ट्रेस. स्ट्रेस इज मैनेजेबल इफ यू मैनेज योर स्टडीज, इफ यू मैनेज योर टाइम, यू मैनेज स्ट्रेस. बट एंजाइटी ऐसा है जो एक बार आपके दिमाग में घुस गई तो घुस गई, डिफिकल्ट टू गेट आउट ऑफ इट. ओके, द फोर्थ, द नेक्स्ट dilemma that a lot of students are facing right now is whether to prepare for only phase 1 because exam is near. Especially इसकी वजह से dilemma होता है कि खाली phase 1 की तैयारी करें या phase 1 phase 2 दोनों की तैयारी करें. क्या करें? What can we do right now? मैं इसको ब्रेक डाउन करके आपको समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ. सबसे पहले तो इफ यू आर वीक इन क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स होंगे आप में से जो हु आर एवरेज इन क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग, बहुत सारे होंगे हु आर गुड एट क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग, बहुत सारे होंगे इफ हु आर वीक इन क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग. अगर आप एवरेज हो देन यू कैन स्पेंड एवरेज टाइम ऑन क्यूआर. इफ यू आर गुड देन यू कैन इग्नोर क्यूआर फॉर अ व्हाइल, जब तक नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आता है तब तक. इफ यू आर वीक then what to do, because that is my concern. If you are weak in quant and reasoning or quant or reasoning कोई भी एक subject में, then focus a part of your daily schedule on quant and reasoning because इसके बिना आपका phase 1 नहीं clear होगा. phase 1 नहीं clear होगा तो आगे जाने का chance ही नहीं मिलेगा. But this is not enough. There is always a plus. There is never an or here. There is always a plus because time कम है. और आप खाली क्यूआर पढ़ के चले जाओगे तो भी क्लियर नहीं होना है तो कोई फायदा नहीं है. देयर इज ऑलवेज अ प्लस एंड दिस प्लस एड्स टू फेज 1 एंड फेज 2 करंट अफेयर्स. अब वो जमाने चले गए जहां पे हम खाली फेज 1 का करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ के चले जाते थे और हमारा फेज 1 क्लियर हो जाता था. those days are gone. अब नया जमाना आ चुका है where you have to prepare for phase 1 and phase 2 current affairs before phase 1 itself, क्योंकि phase 1 में 80 क्वेश्चंस जो करंट अफेयर्स के आते हैं उसमें से 50 क्वेश्चंस आर एक्चुअली फेज 2 करंट अफेयर क्वेश्चंस. तो मोर देन 50% ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आर फ्रॉम फेज 2 करंट अफेयर्स. तो क्यूआर के साथ साथ आपको ये तो करना ही है. देयर इज ऑलवेज दिस प्लस. अब आपने ये अगर कवर कर लिया दोनों चीजें, अज्यूमिंग दैट यू आर वीक इन क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग, तो आपका फेज 1 क्लियर हो जाएगा, नंबर 1. फिर आएगा फेज 2. फेज 2 के लिए आपने अभी करंट अफेयर्स कर लिया. दैट मीन्स अ पार्ट ऑफ योर प्रिपरेशन ऑफ फेज 2 इज डन. ये आप लेके चल रहे हो कि यार पूरी तैयारी नहीं हुई, काफी तैयारी तो मैंने कर ली. आपका बचा फेज 2 का सिलेबस. दिस यू आर कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग राइट नाउ वेरी कॉन्शियसली. इट्स अ डेलिबरेट कॉम्प्रोमाइज कि यार ये सिलेबस मैं भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर रहा हूं. आई विल कवर इट एज मच एज पॉसिबल आफ्टर फेज 1 बिकॉज आई नो कि मेरा क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग इतना वीक है कि मैं अगर ये नहीं करूंगा तो मेरा फेज 1 क्लियर नहीं होने वाला है. बट अगर मैं ये दोनों चीजें कवर कर लेता हूं, इफ आई एम एबल टू कवर बोथ ऑफ दीज थिंग्स बिफोर फेज 1, then I have a chance in clearing phase 1, and then I also have a some time, 30 days, 20 days to read a part of the syllabus after phase 1 and to have a good stint at phase 2 as well. ऐसा नहीं है कि phase 2 नहीं क्लियर कर सकते, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स करते भी हैं बिकॉज सिलेबस का वेटेज कम है. स्मार्टली पढ़ोगे, 20-25 दिन में मेरे साथ रिवाइज करोगे, 20-25 दिन में हम इतना करवा देते हैं कि यार आप अच्छा खासा पेपर लिख के आ सकते हो. You will make mistakes, but then there is a chance आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है, this is one. This is something that you can do and this is a smart strategy. तो यहाँ पे हमने निकाल दिया, ये क्वेश्चन ही निकाल दिया कि भाई फेज 1 की तैयारी करे या फेज 1 फेज 2 दोनों की तैयारी करे. तो ये हमने आगे यहाँ से निकाल दिया फॉर द सिंपल रीजन कि मैं रियलिटी पे देखता हूँ, मैं प्रैक्टिकल देखता हूँ rather than trying to answer this question. लेकिन यहाँ पर एक और एलिमेंट आ जाता है जो साइकोलॉजिकल है एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कंसिडर इट एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी रियलिस्टिक अबाउट इट, टू बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट, नॉट इवन रियलिस्टिक, बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट. व्हाट इज इट? व्हाट डू यू वांट फ्रॉम दिस एग्जाम? डू यू वांट टू क्लियर दिस एग्जाम? डू यू वांट टू क्लियर दिस एग्जाम फॉर योरसेल्फ? दिस इज वन थिंग. Do you want to clear this exam for yourself, or do you want to clear phase 1 to show to yourself and to everyone around you, including your parents, your siblings, your friends, social media, etc., to show to yourself and people around you that you can clear it? That you want to show to yourself and to everyone around you that you have the potential. Now this is nothing but ego, and it's very difficult to get rid of this ego. There's nothing wrong if you are in this ego. Please don't judge yourself. I'm just trying to tell you that you might be facing this. Even probably I was facing it. I don't even remember, but a lot of students are facing this. Okay, मेरे seminars होते हैं दिल्ली में. This is the first thing that I try and tell them, that you might be here and you have to be here if you actually want to clear the exam, because at every step the chances of you not clearing it are more than the chances of you clearing it. So if you get stuck to your ego, your performance is already going down. So one is the practical part and the other one is more psychological part. If you can get rid of this psychological problem, if you can go here and be clear that you're writing this exam and aiming to clear this exam just for yourself, for no one else, then let me do this. Okay, if you're stuck in this ego, then I'm sorry, it will be very difficult for you to clear the examination unless you are very smart and you're very clear that these are the steps that I have to take in order to clear the exam. If that is the case, go forward and do that as well. A lot of students do it. A lot of students are able to clear it with that ego as well. नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं. द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, एंड आई हियर इट ऑल द टाइम फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट्स. दे वांट सम काइंड ऑफ credibility or some kind of confirmation from me. Sir, should I take coaching or can I clear the exam without coaching? I'll give you a personal example, मेरा खुद का example. मैं आजकल other than teaching, I'm studying a lot. I'm studying a lot of economics. I'm trying to go deeper into economics by studying all kinds of good authors around the world. So I'm spending a lot of time on that. And I'm not just economics, I'm studying a lot of other subjects as well, because there is a deep hunger inside of me to be able to read more, study more, know more. Knowledge is something that I take very personally, and it comes very naturally to me. And I always feel that I don't know enough. So that is the first thing that I'm learning right now. And it's a constant thing. I'm never going to be able to reach a stage where I can say that I know enough. I know I will never be there. That is the first thing. I'm also learning 2 more skills. I'm learning 3 skills right now. And it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. I'm always busy trying to learn, trying to be at the top of these 3 skills. And I started this process 3-4 years back, when I felt that I need to add some more skills to my kitty to be able to feel good and to be able to know more about the world. Okay. When I started doing that, my parents, people around me would tell me, why are you doing all of this? Kya karte rehte ho? But when I started doing it, at that time, I was in that mode of self-learning. मुझे ऐसा लगता था मैं खुद ये skills सीख सकता हूँ, और मैंने वो प्रोसेस स्टार्ट भी किया. फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 2-3 years आई वेंट थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ सेल्फ लर्निंग. मैंने काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें सीखने की कोशिश करी. आई डिड लर्न टू अ सर्टन एक्सटेंट. जैसे मैं स्विमिंग में, आई हैड फॉरगॉटन स्विमिंग, आई वॉज नॉट वेरी गुड एट स्विमिंग, एंड आई टॉट माई सेल्फ यूजिंग यूट्यूब. नाउ आई एम फाइन एट स्विमिंग, बट आई एम नॉट गुड. I can swim, I can do enough flaps, but I'm not so good at swimming. I can't call myself that I'm a good swimmer. Okay. That is where self-learning stops. Unless you're just picking up one thing and doing it for 10 long years through self-learning, then you can be good at it. But if you're doing multiple things, and at this stage of your life, of my life, you're always doing multiple things. So self-learning always has a limit. And I realized this after 2-3 years of self-learning process, that I'm hitting a roadblock. मैं जो भी स्किल उठाता हूँ, एक लेवल के बाद जाके मैं रुक जाता हूँ. आई एम नॉट एबल टू मूव बियॉन्ड इट. दैट इज व्हेन आई रियलाइज दैट आई हैव टू स्पेंड अ कंसिडरेबल पार्ट ऑफ माई इनकम ऑन hiring teachers who can train me, hiring teachers who can teach me, trying to learn from people who already know, because otherwise I will never be able to cross this barrier, because I was not able to cross this barrier. मैंने ट्राई किया, मैं फेल हुआ, मैंने फिर से ट्राई किया, फिर से फेल हुआ, and then I realized that this is probably something that happens with me, and I realized it happens with a lot of people. They get into the process of self-learning, and then they realize कि एक स्टेज के बाद उनकी लर्निंग रुक जाती है. They can't go beyond it. And at that time, luckily, I normally don't listen to gurus, but I was listening to a video of Sadhguru, and he said that after you started earning, आप एक इनकम अपनी निकाल लीजिए जो आपको चाहिए मंथली खर्चे के लिए. उसके बाद आपके पास जो भी पैसा बचा है, a part of that, at least 10%, 20% of that, you spend on learning new things. Because if you don't do that, आप धीरे धीरे स्टैग्नेट कर जाओ. तो मैंने ये प्रोसेस स्टार्ट किया. I started spending a lot of my money on hiring teachers, on trying to learn from other people, getting value from people who already know about it. चाहे वो इकोनॉमिक्स हो, चाहे वो स्विमिंग हो, चाहे वो जिम हो, वर्कआउट हो, मार्शल आर्ट्स हो, चाहे वो म्यूजिक हो, it can be anything at all. I made sure that I always had a teacher with me, and I was doing self-learning, plus I was also trying to get as much learning as possible from a teacher. So not just self-learning, I combined self-learning with a teacher, and I can see the difference. My understanding of these skills is much better because I've combined these two things. Now I'm not relying completely on the teacher, I'm not relying completely on self-learning, I'm mixing both of them. And that is where I'm seeing a difference in the speed with which I prepare, and the difference in my conceptual clarity when I prepare something. चाहे वो swimming हो, चाहे वो martial arts हो, चाहे वो music हो, चाहे वो economics हो, चाहे वो finance हो, anything at all. So if you feel that you have that kind of money, if you feel that you have that kind of income, or your parents have that kind of income, you're dependent on them, then spend it. Don't be afraid of it. If you don't have it, अगर आपके पास वो नहीं है, then you have, आपके पास फिर चॉइस ही नहीं है, या तो आप स्कॉलरशिप वगैरह के थ्रू घुसने की कोशिश करो, उसमें भी बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स आ जाते हैं, but if you're not able to do that, then you have to rely on it. So the question actually is not to take coaching or not. The question actually is, can you afford it? Can you take help of someone to be faster at this learning process, to be better at this learning process, or do you want to completely rely on self-learning? There's nothing wrong with self-learning, but I've realized that there is a certain pace to it, and you can't increase that pace enormously. Okay, you can increase that pace only by a certain amount, उसके बाद वो अटक जाएगा. And there's always a barrier, big barrier that you will see, उसके beyond नहीं जा पाओगे. उसके beyond जाने के लिए आपको कोई ना कोई टीचर, कोई ना कोई मेंटर की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. मुझे तो पड़ती है, और मैं अब बहुत टाइम अपना स्पेंड करता हूँ इन फाइंडिंग दोज मेंटर्स, इन फाइंडिंग दोज टीचर्स, एंड इन आस्किंग हेल्प फ्रॉम दोज टीचर्स. आई जस्ट गिव देम अ कॉल, टेल देम दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू लर्न, डू यू हैव द टाइम? Even if they don't have the time, I try and get after them. Please take out time for me. I want to learn desperately from you. और difference 4-5-10 सेशन में ही दिखना शुरू हो जाता है. That is what I've noticed. Okay. So these are the 5 dilemmas that you might be in, any one or multiple of these dilemmas. If you are, don't worry. Try and get rid of the conflict. As you get rid of the conflict, automatically you will get rid of the dilemmas as well. The exam is very near. Keep studying hard. I'll see you very soon again. All the best. Bye bye. Jai Hind.